Hi everyone and welcome to She. I'm so excited about the show today, and I know I say that every time, but today I am super excited because a lot of you have been asking questions about nutrition, what to eat when you're expecting, what to eat when you're nursing the baby, and what works. A lot of the foods nowadays are said not to have everything that's needed. You have to take supplements, you have to do this or the other. Do you really have to? Could the food you just find in the markets and all that be sufficient? Well, today on the show we have an expert. She'll take us through all these things, and at the end of this show you'll know what to eat. And if you need to eat for two or eat for one, so we'll fully understand all that. And I hope you will be able to learn something, one or two things to take you through the journey of pregnancy and as you nurse your baby. So I look forward to learn as well, since I'm in that season. And I hope you do too. So karibu sana to our show. It's lovely having you here. Maybe you could introduce yourself so we get to know you.
Okay, hi all. Yeah. My name is Caroline Omufira. I work in Nairobi City County at Kamkunji sub-county level. Yes.
Okay, as a nutritionist or?
As a nutritionist.
Oh, wow. How long have you done that?
I've worked for over 30 years now.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. You see, guys, I told you we brought the best, huh? So maybe we start from the top, and just discuss nutrition for a pregnant mom. According to you, what works? What foods should a pregnant mom eat? Do you need to take supplements? Do you need to eat for two? What are your thoughts towards that? When clients come to you in this Nairobi with all these things, what answers do you give them?
Thank you very much, Faith. Pregnancy is one of the most critical part of a woman. And I'd like to say you can love it if you appreciate it, if you accept it. But if you don't accept it, then it comes with a lot of challenges.
It's true.
Yes, so pregnancy is a very critical moment for every woman, and you need to take caution about your nutrition, your health. It's very, very important. First of all, we say a mother or a woman should prepare for a pregnancy.
Way before you're even pregnant.
Way before, yes.
Oh,
but in Kenya, that does not happen. Yeah?
Yeah.
Especially the young mothers, without knowledge, they get pregnant, they don't come early enough to the clinic, and thus makes it very difficult to make a follow-up on this pregnancy.
Yeah. How do we prepare before?
Ideally, you should know how old you are. From 18 and above, it's okay. But what is happening in Kenya? From 15.
Wow.
Girls are getting pregnant, and most of the times at 15 they're still in school. They tend to hide their pregnancy because of peer pressure. You find they're advising each other to go and carry out an abortion, which is very, very dangerous. But ideally, we say from 18 years, a mother or a lady can get pregnant and also learn. Learning, I mean that you go to the clinic very early.
Okay.
Get to the clinic very early. The minute you sense that you're pregnant or you've conceived, that's the right time to start going to the clinic.
Okay.
Then from there, every service point at the facility, you are told something that can carry you through your pregnancy.
Yeah.
So we have the health area, what we call the antenatal care. During antenatal care, you are examined. A profile is done for you, so they'll find out whether you have enough blood volume to help you carry the pregnancy to term. They'll also find out if there are any other underlying factors like hypertension, diabetes, and any other issue that can hinder you from carrying the pregnancy to term. They'd also like to know your HIV status. When you're HIV positive, it does not mean that you cannot carry your pregnancy to term.
Course, yeah.
So they'll walk with you through the journey until you give birth. So when all that is done, they'll always refer you to a nutritionist.
Yeah.
Yes, although some of the nurses have information on nutrition.
How to,
but they nowadays prefer to have a nutritionist doing
on
that.
board, yeah.
Yes, because that's her area of expertise. So pregnancy and nutrition, very important. We call pregnancy, actually we have put it in, scientifically, it's now called the 1,000 days, a very critical moment for the mother and the baby.
1,000, actually,
1,000
is it 1,000 days till you give birth?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is it 1,000
Yeah, we call
days?
it a window of opportunity.
Wow.
Why did this
okay.
come up? Because we were losing quite a number of babies. We didn't know what interventions to put in place so that a mother can carry this pregnancy to term,
full term,
comfortably. And also, we were missing out on quite a number of things.
Yeah.
There was a period in Kenya when so many mothers were giving birth to abnormal children, children with congenital issues. And this happened when a lot of supplements were getting expired in our facilities and being thrown away. So there was a study that was done, and they found out that this is happening because there's a particular supplement mothers are not getting.
Wow.
So that's why you see IFAS come back with a bang. And this was to prevent mothers getting children with congenital issues. One of them was spinal bifida. Another one was children with cleft palates. Yes, such issues were coming up. So IFAS came back with a bang, and it really was, a lot of awareness was created. So it became a mandatory supplement intake for mothers at a facility level.
Yeah.
When we don't have them in the facilities, we ask mothers to buy. Now, let's go back to 1,000 days. 1,000 days is broken down into 3 parts.
Okay.
The first part is during pregnancy. How long is a pregnancy? We call it 40 weeks, which is about 270 days.
Yes.
Those are so many days a mother can do quite a number of things to help her move through that journey to the end. So what happens to the mother? We say a mother should take IFAS. And IFAS is very, very crucial during the first 28 days. Why is that so? Because the special organs are being formed, and they need something like, we call it fertilizer, so that the baby can get the benefit from it at that particular age. So because of the formation of the spinal cord, the heart, the liver, the kidneys, IFAS plays a very big role.
Is that folic, what you're calling IFAS?
Specifically folic.
Okay.
IFAS stands for iron folic supplement.
Okay.
Yes. So folic plays a very big role in the formation of the spinal cord and those special organs in our system.
Okay.
And for the baby who is growing, we say it's very crucial because it picks up very fast. The growth is very rapid. So it helps in picking up the folic to help with the formation of these particular organs. So if the mother has started off before the 28 days, we say she has achieved a milestone. Yes, but the IFAS should be taken up to the time the mother delivers.
Okay.
Why is that so? Because, fine, Kenya, we have good foods. We are blessed with a lot of foods.
Food, yeah.
But the food intake is a challenge to some of the mothers.
It's true.
A research showed that we can use the minimum dietary diversity for a woman. And we say a mother can eat foods from about 10 food groups. Looking at the Kenyans that we have, the mothers, they're so selective when it comes to food. The young mothers want to eat something that is not of benefit to their system, and especially if they're carrying a fetus or a young baby. So these 10 food groups helped us to select what is beneficial to the mother. Why were they grouped into 10? Because they have the big micronutrients and the small micronutrients, which a woman or any other human being can benefit from. And the minimum dietary diversity for these particular food groups maximizes on the nutrients the mother is supposed to get.
So practically, if you're to guide us on what a mother should be eating, and maybe you give us examples of, like if you pick a food group, you tell us, like, for example, ugali, things that we can understand. What would you say?
I'd like to mention all the food groups first, The first group, we have the grains, the roots, and the starches, and plantains. The second group, we have the beans or the pulses. Under the pulses, we have green beans, red beans, name them all the colors, but mothers can consume. But we are not talking about the green bean. We are talking about the dry, right? And then we have eggs.
The dry beans.
The dry beans is what a mother can benefit from. And that's where she can get some protein.
Okay.
The green bean has a lot of vitamins, yeah? It's still green and it's not yet dry, concentrating the proteins a mother can get. I'm not saying that it does not have proteins. It has, but not
as much. Okay.
Yeah, as the dry one. Then we have the eggs, which mothers, because of myths and misconceptions, you'll find that pregnant mothers don't eat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, ideally you're supposed to take some eggs. And not,
oh, but you find mothers not having
eggs? They don't
eggs?
take because they think it will make the baby too fat, or it will make the mother become too big, or the baby will be too big for her to deliver normally.
Okay.
Then we have the seeds and nuts. Seeds, I'm talking about the watermelon seeds. We have pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. And we also have groundnuts and peanuts, right? Then we also have the dairy, where we have milk, we have sour milk, we have yogurt, we have cheese, of which Kenyans are yet to adopt to using it. Then we also have the flesh, where we have the fish, we have meat from whatever animal somebody prefers eating the meat from. Then we have vegetables and fruits that are rich in vitamin A. These are colored fruits, colored vegetables. We like the dark green vegetables. We have the mangoes, which are yellow. We have the tomatoes, which are red in color. We also have the tree tomato fruits. Yeah, quite a variety of them, so long as they're deep colored. Pawpaw is also very nice. Then we also have other fruits.
Yes.
We like the custard apple. Yeah, we have the avocado. Those are other fruits. We also have the other vegetables, the leeks, the dania, the brinjals. Yeah, and what do you normally call the hoho? Yeah.
Yes.
So those are the other vegetables. So looking from that group, most times you'll find that sometimes you consume all of them. But ideally, we say for minimum, we can take 5 out of the 10.
Yeah.
Yes, but we are not limiting anybody to take the 5. You can take more. Like, for example, you're making ugali. Then you also want to put some meat, right? Your meat, you'd like to have onions, tomato, brinjals.
What are brinjals?
Brinjals are the purple-looking.
Oh,
yes.
eggplant, is it?
Eggplant, yes. So it's also called brinjal.
Biringanya.
Biringanya, yes. So you find that somebody has used more than the 5, which is very, very okay.
Yeah.
You'll add some fat. You'll add some salt. Maybe you can also you'll also add vegetables, and thereafter you add a fruit. So counting from the groups, you'll find that you've taken more than 5, which is very, very okay.
Good. Yeah.
Yes. So when we look at that, we say ideally that's what a mother is supposed to consume.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what about portions? You know, because like I was saying earlier, a lot of mothers are confused. You know, whether to eat for 2, eat for 1. You know, because now when you also put on too much weight, then it becomes a health issue and aspects like that. So what would you advise?
Now, when it comes to portions, we say you do your normal portions, but you can add just something small. Like, let's say not small, it is documented. You can, like during the first trimester, you'll find that there are those mothers who eat very well and those mothers who do not eat very well.
Yeah, because you're throwing up, there's the nausea.
But we don't want to look at that. We want to look at your pre-pregnancy weight. That is the guiding factor for us. So you'll get there in about 4 categories. We have the underweight mothers. Mothers who are too small, the weight is very low. Then we have mothers who have normal weight. Then we have mothers who are overweight. Then we also have mothers who are obese. You cannot place them, give them a blanket information so that they can eat. So for the underweight, there's a recommended range of weight, right? So you'll find that underweight, the BMI is normally less than 18. Which is not very nice for the mother. So we recommend that she can add a little bit of weight, maybe about 18 kilos by the time by the end of the journey.
Okay.
And that's a specific individual. So she has to walk through with the nutritionist to know how much she can eat so that she can gain this particular weight. And thank God in our facilities, every visit a mother makes to the facility, the weight is checked.
Yeah.
right? And
it always haunts me when I go in and my weight is checked, and always
no,
putting on weight.
It shouldn't. It's very okay.
Yeah.
We say there's a first trimester, second trimester. So by the third trimester, you must at least have almost reached or just reached your target.
Okay.
So I can say that you're supposed to add on this weight.
Yeah.
The facility will be told, umeongeza ratili mama, you need to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. If there's a high increase of weight, usually we put a question mark. It's not very safe for a mother to zoom
too much
weight. No, there are those who have steep increase of weight, which is also very dangerous. That tells us it's a red flag.
Or
so
something could be going on.
Yes. So the mother is taken aside and she's taken through, maybe sent for more tests to find out what the problem could be. Yes. And this can also lead to complications. Maybe it's diabetes, which comes during pregnancy. Maybe it's hypertension, so that you find the mother has retained a lot of fluid. And that adds to the weight. So we are saying at least, when I talk about 340 kilocalories, it may sound crazy. So the simplest way we do it, we tell the mother, we work with the mother through, what do you normally eat, right? How much do you eat? Yes? So from there, we are able to tell her, you can snack. And when you're snacking, it's not chips alone. You can do chips with vegetables, because most mothers will find they crave for chips. But we also encourage the consumption of fruits and vegetables. So we encourage the consumption of a fruit, maybe porridge that is rich and not cereals. Yeah, cereals like cornflakes, Weetabix. We are not recommending so much, because you see, like the first trimester, the baby needs quite a number of items from you. Yes, so if you eat well, then the outcome can also be good.
Yeah.
But if you don't eat well, especially the first trimester, then it can mess you up.
Okay.
Yes.
That's very helpful.
Yeah.
And let's discuss now aspects of, the types of food that we find in this country, where people will ask, should I have organic or not? And we've already discussed the supplements. I don't know what your thoughts are when these women come to you and, there's all these foods that they'll get in the market. Is there a way to advise them? Is there organic food, or you just, tell them to just get what's in the market? I don't know what your thoughts are towards that.
I would encourage them just to get what is in the market.
Okay.
Yes, but let them look for something that is live,
Yeah.
Don't go for something that is already shrunk.
Yeah.
It's not going to add value into you. So a healthy looking leaf, a fruit that is full, not with dots and, already crushed. Yes. So that's what I would recommend. We have plenty of foods in Kenya. And I think the problem comes when it comes to preparation. Sometimes we overcook, sometimes we overmix. Yeah, and that makes the nutrients not to be absorbed in the system. And the way we also eat, right? You might get, you have eaten a very nutritious meal. Then you cup up with a cup of tea or a coffee. That hinders the absorption of quite a number of nutrients in the system. Especially for a pregnant mother, we recommend don't take tea immediately after a good meal, which is rich in nutrients. You can do your tea, if it's a must, 1 hour before or 1 hour after the meal. We're not saying tea is bad.
Yeah.
Tea is good. It's healthy. It's medicinal. But do it at the right time.
At the right time.
Yes.
That's very interesting, because in most Kenyan homes you'll find
tea fellowship tea after
every meal and all that.
It's not very
that's
nice.
a good tip for mothers.
Yes, they shouldn't take tea.
Yeah. Before we move out of pregnancy, how do you advise when these things that happen, a lot of the nausea in the first trimester, when you can't keep things down? Are there foods you'd advise mothers to take? And then now also, especially when they get into the third trimester, and maybe even second, when there's a lot of heartburn and things like that, are there tips that you give mothers when they come to see you with those two issues?
Yes, we do. Yeah, but if it's excessive, we do not recommend them. We don't advise the mother to continue staying at home.
Okay.
We recommend that she sees a medical officer or a clinician, and we have a plan for her. She can either be admitted so that she can be helped to retain the foods. But if it's mild, we recommend on dry foods like biscuits, dry crackers, the ones that are salty. We also recommend maybe that's those who take porridge with lemon. It's also very good. Or they can take some lemon water, which is also good. It reduces the nausea. They can mix with ginger, but they don't take too much, just a little. Yeah, once the nausea is down, they can try to eat food. Then sometimes some of them do not like taking wet foods, foods with soup. So they can take foods that are a little bit dry. Yeah, like maybe they can do skooma with dried meat. Dried meat, I mean, there's no soup in the meat. And then with skooma, if they're comfortable, or any other vegetable that they're comfortable with. Yes. You talked about the supplements. The supplements that we recommend is IFAS, iron folic acid supplements for pregnancy. Unless there's another underlying factor, then a clinician can prescribe for this particular mother. Like during pregnancy, you'll find that maybe the calcium levels have gone down because the mother herself did not have enough stores. So once the baby starts growing, she also consumes that, so it goes down. Yeah, that's the time you get a mother is complaining of nasikia miguu zinaniuma, you know. But there are also those signs and symptoms that tell you that the mother has low levels of calcium. Yes, and thus we recommend the mother can take milk. If she can't take fresh milk, she can take milk mala or yogurt. Yes. Okay. We don't advise mothers just to pop pills during pregnancy unless recommended by a medical officer or a clinician. Yes. Okay, that's good. That's very helpful. And now maybe to just step into the baby is here and now you're nursing the baby. You know, and there's this whole thing of where people say, oh, my hair fell off, my teeth fell off. If the knee pain was there, it's worse. You know, there are all these things that come with nursing a baby. You know, what then do you advise a mother once the baby is there and you're breastfeeding and you're hungry all the time? You know, I remember I was hungry all the time, and even then you're told you're not eating for two, so you still need to eat for one, but you're still so hungry. You know, like how does the nutrition world look once the baby is born? Once the baby is born. Yeah. First of all, let's finish. We have not finished our 270 days. Oh, yes. Which is 40 weeks. Now, the second trimester, we are saying a mother can increase the amounts of foods. Increasing the amounts of food does not mean that you heap your plate. You can do the snacking. Maybe you do 2 snacks in a day. We can say you add 1 more snack. Maybe by the time you're going to sleep, you can do a cup of milk or a cup of porridge or something that is nutritious, a fruit, right? But you keep your 3 meals. Okay. Yes. Make sure they are quality, not chips. Yes. Yes. Chips with what? We normally like chips with sausage. Yes. We'd recommend an egg. Guilty as charged. I'd rather you do an egg with your chips and vegetables. You can do kachumbari, which is okay. So that should continue, as you increase the amounts towards the end of the journey. Yes, exercising is very important. Drink plenty of fluids. Mothers who are pregnant don't like doing fluids, especially water, plain water. We recommend water. Because it tastes bad when you're pregnant. You can do some lemon in it. Yeah. You can, lemon is the best, I would say. Yeah, that's what I do as well. Yeah, yes. Fresh juices are very important if you want to, if you don't want to take plain water. Yeah. But plain water is very good. It cleans the toxins out of the system. Yes, and it also helps with, balancing your body temperature. So your journey ends on the 270 days, right? You start another journey of lactating. And we break it into 2. Yes. We start with exclusive breastfeeding. Yes. A mother should start breastfeeding, in fact, within the first 1 hour. If she's alert and she's capable of putting the baby on the breast. So within the first 1 hour, the mother should have put the baby on the breast. Why is this so? We want to tell if that baby is alive. We want to pick up if that baby is able to breastfeed. Breastfeeding is also a skill, right? But we want to know, is this baby able to open the mouth? Is it able to attach on the breast? Is it able to suckle and swallow?
And swallow.
Yeah. If that is not done, then the
There's a
midwife,
problem.
the clinician who is around there should do something about it. Identify that problem and start working with that mother as early as possible. We also want to know if the baby has any congenital issue, right? So when the midwife helps the mother to deliver, we identify that issue at that particular moment, and then we start assisting the mother.
Okay.
If the baby is normal, ours is we want to see, can the mother put the baby on the breast? We'll support you. But during antenatal clinic, you are taught on how to put the baby on the breast. Attachment and positioning is very important. And that's what beats mothers sometimes. The mother may not be able to know how to attach the baby on the breast or to position the baby. And that affects the breastfeeding for the baby. So we are saying within the first 1 hour, once we establish the baby can attach and breastfeed, swallow, that's an achievement for us. So what we do, we encourage the mother to continue putting the baby on the breast and breastfeed on demand, not when the mother wants. That's a challenge that we have, especially with the young mothers. The mother would like to have a phone here, do WhatsApp, take, selfies. I'm breastfeeding, I am. We would encourage the mother to develop that skill and, achieve it first before she starts taking the selfies, and communicating on the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So we say, we encourage the mother, and we also show the mother that particular time. After delivery, a mother's mind goes haywire. Yes. Yes. Okay, the pain goes. You forget about the pain, but maybe if you've been given an episiotomy, sometimes it's painful to sit. Maybe you are done a cesarean section. Sometimes it's difficult to sit. So we just want to make sure that the mother has put the baby on the breast and she's comfortable. We also show the mother how to sit comfortably and breastfeed. There are those mothers like me, I used to like breastfeeding when I'm lying down. But you also have to be very cautious. Yeah, so
for the safety of the baby. Yeah.
Yes. When I delivered my first baby, my neighbor, I think she went into deep sleep and she slept up on the baby and the baby died. Oh my God. So that kept me awake all through the time I was in hospital. Yes, and even
because
at
you're
home,
so scared. Yeah.
Yes, a firstborn, to lose a firstborn, it's very painful, or any other baby. So once we establish the mother is managing or acquiring that skill to breastfeed the baby, we keep on encouraging the mother.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes mothers complain of pain. You can manage pain, yes, and it's good to communicate to the health worker who is with you at that particular time. Sometimes pain comes because you're breastfeeding the baby. Yes, that's one of the commonest. Yeah. So that is normal, although it's abnormal because it's painful, right? Yes. There's a connection between the breast and the uterus, and when the baby is suckling on the breast, it means the uterus is contracting and going back to its normal. And sometimes you'll get mothers are bleeding, Some who have not been talked to, they'll find that very abnormal, and it can affect them. So the reason why we are encouraging skilled delivery, so that you're able to consult and know.
And ask all these questions.
Yes.
Wow.
So the pain can be managed, and the health worker can tell you can take a painkiller, or sometimes you're asked, they can massage you, just to help you relieve the pain. And we also encourage the taking of warm water. Yes, it helps with the relief of pain. Yes, so that happens especially when the mother is breastfeeding. I happened to come across a mother-in-law who was with the daughter-in-law. And when I visited them, they told me, tunafunga leso could reduce your pain, which is also a very good thing to do. If it can help relieve the pain, be it.
And it's been done for many years traditionally, and it's worked.
Then massaging the mother, throughout. It's also very good. There are others who tie the mother completely so that the muscles can tighten up, and also it also helps to relieve the pain. So for me, I would encourage drinking the water. If those practices can also help a mother to relieve the pain, well and good.
And I know the water also helps to increase the milk supply.
Exactly.
So it works in both ways.
Yes.
I know we are running out of time, but we need to discuss
now, when it comes to
nutrition
diet,
for
yes,
the
mother can still continue with what she was eating in antenatal. In case of those pain, teeth is falling out, it's very
hair
normal.
falling off.
Hair falling off. It's just that maybe some nutrients have gone down. So we'd encourage the mother to eat the same diet, rich in nutrients. Use the 5 out of 10. If you can use more than 6 or more than 5, the better.
Even better.
Yes, but if there's need, the clinician will prescribe for you the supplements.
Okay.
And I would say that supplements are not for taking forever. They are just for a period of time, and then you go back to your normal. And it does not mean that when you're taking your supplements, you don't eat your normal foods. Eat your normal foods. Make them balanced by making them diversify your diet. First of all, I would say your plate should be colorful. That's when you can know that you've eaten a diversified diet. But when you're using white,
all through,
white through, yellow alone, then that is not a diversified diet. Yes.
Okay. Oh,
so those are about 180 days. No. Those, 180 days, up to 6 months, we are encouraging a mother to do exclusive breastfeeding. It is possible. Even for a mother who is going to work, it is possible to do exclusive breastfeeding. I like the mothers I'm coming across, especially those ones going to the office. We start talking about expressing the milk and storing in the refrigerator.
Before.
Yes, the mother can do that. And this milk can stay in the deep freezer for 6 months.
That's true.
The only problem is that the power power issues. But you see, if your deep freezer is good, it can still keep the milk well. Yes, so the milk can be kept for 6 months, but I would advise that always label your milk as you put in the deep freezer. Label so that fast come, fast out. Yes, and this milk can be taken up to 1 year. My sister did that. Yeah, I didn't know I was training her because she used to help me do my notes after training. I tell her, please do these notes for me. Little did I know that she's learning from that. Okay. So for her second child, she did breast milk up to 1 year because she stored a lot of milk in the fridge. And she could travel without any
issue, because you know you have your stash.
And maybe I've never told her this. Looking at that particular baby with her other 2 children, she's very different from the 2. Very, very different. She's smart, she's very flexible, she's very friendly, and she adjusts very fast to situations.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Wow, that's really
I'm
good.
not saying the 2 are bad, but
no, I get what
this
you mean.
particular one, I also took a lot of time to put in my efforts. She's very different.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
I guess there's value in, you know, just making sure you can breastfeed as long as you can and
exactly.
all that. Yeah.
And you know, breast milk has essential fatty acids meant for the human brain and not any other brain. So that's why we encourage give the breast milk. Don't give cow's milk. Cow's milk is meant for
the
calf. The calf once born, it starts walking within hours. So we tend to make our babies cows by giving cow's milk very early. But I know you'll ask me, what about the orphan? The orphaned child, there are areas that interventions can be put in place. No mother, especially if the baby is born in Pumwani, the baby is a bit safe because we have the human milk bank. The baby can survive on it for a while. Okay. So I hope, I heard one of our CS saying, she'd like to have other milk banks in other facilities, which is very good. So what I would say is that breast milk is good. Mothers should continue eating. We are calling it minimum diet diversity, at least more than 6 food groups in that particular group. Okay. Yes.
And before we close, you talked about like maybe the calcium for the bones and the teeth. You know, what are the nutrients that keep hair from falling? You know, because I know a lot of mothers will be asking that. And maybe also, I'm just curious about colic. You know, a lot of children get colic. You know, so which foods are this that mothers are not supposed to eat so that children don't get colic and etc.? I don't know how you advise your patients when it comes to that.
Okay, as I've said and I'll repeat, supplements should be prescribed by a doctor. Self-prescription is not safe. Buying over the counter is not very safe. Go to somebody who knows and well-versed about supplements before you buy them. Colic. We say foods that are so spicy, foods that are garlic, yes, sometimes make the children get colic. Yeah, very spiced foods are not very safe for a mother who is breastfeeding. Some mothers are affected by beans, because of the gas.
Yeah.
So once a mother comes to our desk, we'll ask her why, what do you eat? And then we shall be able to pick out and move them aside. But beans, garlic, they haven't been known to
cause
colic. And then also the positioning of the baby on the breast. Yeah, once the baby is not attached to the breast very well, air gets into the mouth, because when she's on the breast, you'll hear the baby making some sound. That means some gas is getting in, and that can also contribute to colic. Okay. And we say once a baby has breastfed, usually bump the baby so that air can come. Some mothers are very fast. No, that's not enough.
Because it's so tiring.
Take it. No, you can even put the baby on the lap. Or place the baby facing the opposite direction and rub on the stomach area. That can also help. And we also recommend that once the baby sleeps, the mother should also take a rest. Because if you start competing with the baby, then you end up getting stressed and the milk goes down. Yes. So once the baby takes a rest, please take a rest. Okay. And we also ask the spouses to support them. They can sit with the baby as the mother rests. Okay. Yes. Do a lot of fluids, uji. Fermented porridge is also very nice for lactating mothers. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
And about the hair, the nutrients for the hair.
The nutrients for the
every
hair,
mother
I'm saying
that.
let the doctor prescribe.
Okay.
Although we can eat well. Okay. Vitamin E is also very nice for the hair. Yes, but I'm not saying that you buy it over the counter. Yeah. Dropping of the hair is just for a period of time.
And it grows back anyway.
Yes, it does. Yeah. But do the right foods. Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you so much.
You're
I'm seated here and the information is so rich and so exciting, and I love that it hit home in terms of any mother from any walk of life can just gain from this and just make sure they're eating that balanced diet.
Thank you.
This has been She. We're so grateful to have had an expert on the show. I have just loved every detail that she's given. And you know what? It feels like almost the power is in your hands. Just pick the right foods. Make sure that plate is colored. Just add, you talked about, you don't have to eat really for two, but just add that, amount, but depending on your weight and all these aspects. So I'm guessing also, if you haven't visited a clinic, you need to, so that you know your weight and all those aspects. It's been so rich, so fruitful listening to you. I have loved every moment. I wished I had my notebook here to write down, but I'll watch and rewatch this episode to get all the details. And I'm looking forward to find you ladies out there thriving, breastfeeding your children and eating that complete meal. And I pray that God blesses you with everything that you need to be able to provide for yourself and your baby. He's faithful and is our provider, and I know he will. Amen. This has been She. We've loved having you here. Thank you for listening. See you next week right here on She. God bless you.